Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. We are your two kings and the presidents-elect of the United States of America. I'm the mad scientist, Matt. I've got a perspective on things.
Oh yeah, and I'm strong one. And I have a perspective on things. Welcome to the office of the president-elect. Congratulations, you are president-elect because
We did it.
the Roob Nation
We did it.
announced us as the, presidents-elect. It hasn't been certified yet. It's not December 14th yet. But you and the Roob Empire have elected us. Thank you so much. You've told the whole world that we are the presidents-elect. So we appreciate you so much. Riding in third chair, Dusty is in the house. So you got to love it. We have the producer, Dusty. You're right. I am in the house. I'm not remote. So Matt can't bust my chops this week. He can't say all those funny things that he says. And no, I wasn't dodging because of Rona. I don't even freaking believe in that stuff, bro. No, I believe in it. It's just overblown hysteria, which I've documented on many shows, many shows, which is a lot of fun. But
Too many, probably, and not your fault. It's just the way of the world.
It's just, this is the way. Now, here's the thing. In DeLorean. But we're everywhere, man. We are the fastest growing conservative radio talk show podcast on Twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. So make sure you head over to Twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. But we're the fastest on Twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness.
Absolutely.
We're the fastest growing show that's on Twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. Head over that way right now. It's going to be tons of fun. And we have an amazing show for you today. Without further ado, let's get this party started, baby. You ready to go today, man?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Are you jacked up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm ready for? Release the Kraken!
Yes. That'll be one of the most beautiful Krakens in the world, hopefully.
Release him! But anyways, keep going, man. Go ahead.
Go ahead with what?
Listen, man, I just feel like Zeus
show?
right now. I feel like Zeus. And I just want to release the Kraken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want the Kraken to be released. I want the monstrosity to
I think
go
we
down.
all do. I think the world is clamoring for it.
But
we can't.
But, with that being said, Roob Nation, Roob Army, Roob Empire, stand down, stand aside,
Yep.
stand by, okay? Stand down, stand by.
Yep.
It's coming. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be completely transparent. And I've said this to the numerous of you who blow up my DMs every single day, every other hour for an update. Now, I'm going to have a confession. Can I make a confession here? We're not Catholics because we actually believe in the Bible. Now, here's the beautiful thing. I'm going to make a confession, though, okay? Mm-hmm. To you all out there.
Go ahead, my son.
I have a job.
Oh.
That has nothing to do with politics. So, during the day, I have to work, okay? And I've got to get the job done. Got to make that money for the family, okay?
Gonna make that cheddar?
Got to make that cheddar, that bacon, that ooh. Got to make it rain. Daddy just got a new house, okay? Got to pay that mortgage. You feel me?
Yeah.
Daddy's got an Iceland trip coming up. Got to, Daddy needs some new guns because we gonna need them in a Biden administration if he gets in. And that's a big if. Because the Kraken's coming. Now, and Daddy's got a gym. I've got to put a gym in my garage, okay? This is central, in the undisclosed location bunker for Plausible Foolishness. But Basislaga's got to be made. Basislaga. That's the name of my new gym. You know what I mean? I got to do a little German because I have an intense German last name. You know what I mean? So, even though I'm like barely any German whatsoever. So, it is what it is. Now, with all that being said, the Kraken's coming. And God forbid, Lord, please forbid it, that Harris becomes the president of the United States of America. Because it ain't Joe. Let's get real. Let's be real. Huh?
How dare you?
Corn Pop! Was the guy's name that he used to talk about? Corn Pop?
Yeah, it's Corn Pop.
Corn Pop! My boy Corn Pop! Right? It ain't gonna be Biden. He's gonna get Hillary Clinton real fast after they get, inaugurated. It is what it is, okay? He'll magically, suicide himself and there'll be a note.
You really think?
I'm gonna say this right now.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
I think it'll just be a resignation. Or
No. Hashtag.
due to health concerns.
Hashtag. Joe Biden didn't kill himself. Okay?
Jeez.
I'm starting that right now. Biden did not kill himself, okay? He killed himself like Jeffrey Epstein did, okay? Let's get real. Now, with that being said, I have to concede the floor because we are the president's elect and we duly run this kingdom ferociously and savagely.
Yeah.
But with cerebral veracity, okay?
Okay.
I want to make sure that we're very clear. It's a possibility that Biden wins. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
And we're already seeing the ramifications of it now, right? Everywhere in the world, they're locking down again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Grand Reset, the globalist...
They're all predicting the Thanksgiving Day massacre of 2020.
They're trying to shut down Christmas. They're already trying to do that. But thank God for a couple things. Can I throw some... Thanksgiving's next week. So I just want to be thankful.
Yeah, let's be thankful.
I'm thankful that I am a follower of Christ. And that this is not my home.
Amen.
I know where I'm going. I encourage you all to find out who Jesus is. Put your faith and trust in him today. Because you have no clue what tomorrow is going to bring. And your eternity is going to be a heck of a lot nicer and a whole lot less hot if you bend the knee to Jesus. Now, with that being said, I'm thankful to my Lord and Savior that he has allowed me to live in the great state of Florida. You know why I'm excited about that?
I think it has to do with one of the primary colors.
Yeah, we live in a very red state. And thank God in 2018 when there was a recount and all of you forgot about that and Ron DeSantis became victorious of that. Ron went along with the crowd and he locked us down for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
But Ron vowed to never lock us down again. And Ron made a promise, and I'm holding you to this, Ron DeSantis. I'm looking dead at you, Ronnie. It's you and me, the strong one.
Ronnie D.
Ronnie D. You said you wouldn't lock us down again, and you said it to our media, to the liberal tears, to the absolute meltdown, to local news here in Florida, that you would not lock us down again. And I thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
But Ronnie D, if you don't hold true to that, these 24-inch guns are coming your way. Do you understand that? That's all I got to say about that.
And the Rubomaniacs are gonna...
The Rubomaniacs are gonna run wild on you. Say your prayers, take your vitamin, be a true Roob Nation. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm thankful that we live in Florida and we don't have to deal with the shenanigans. I am sorry for all of you that live, my friends that live in New Mexico. I'm sorry. My friends that live in California. I'm really sorry.
Michigan.
I don't like people from Michigan. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding, Michigan people. I'm just kidding. Where do you live? I'm just kidding. I'm playing a Dusty as a joke, bro. Wolverines suck. But anyways, my point is, Dusty's shaking his head. I'm a Notre Dame guy, so I've got to hate on, okay? I'm sorry for my friends in Ohio. Gyms are about to get locked down again because Mike DeWine is a Republican in name only. Sorry. I feel really bad for my father who lives in Illinois right now. If he's listening to the show, Dad, I am sorry that you're subject to that bullcrap, okay? But I've been telling all of you for many, many years, get your butts to Florida. But guess what? We ain't got no more room, so don't come around. What's up, man? What do we got on there, bro?
Bobby the Bull said, Notre Dame?
Notre Dame? The number 2 team in the country right now. Bobby.
You.
Who? Who?
Also, I'd like to welcome...
Hoosiers.
No, the Hoosiers are number 10. They're number 10 in the country, okay? Don't you give the Hoosiers any love on this show. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'd like to welcome Miss Catwoman,
Whoa.
the newest citizen of the Roob Empire. We are your 2 kings. Welcome.
Welcome, Miss Catwoman. It's going to be fun today. I'm gonna just say this. As your president's-elect of Twitch, I just got to tell you this. We are blocking the border at the state of Florida. I'm sorry. There's Texas, there's Tennessee. Those red states are still available, okay? Florida, we're packed, okay? We just voted in for some insanity for a $15 minimum wage. That's going to drive up The cost of living, thank God, I signed my mortgage 2 months ago. You can't get me. Now, here's the beautiful thing, okay?
Unless our businesses go up.
You know, it is what it is. Now, with that being said, I flipped to Trump because I hated the idea of globalism. I flipped to Trump as a registered Democrat up until literally 2 months ago, because there was no difference between Barack Obama and George W. Bush. Let me say that for you again. There is no difference between Barack Obama and George W. Bush. Let me emphatically say this. There was no difference between George Bush and Mr. Bill Pedophile Island Clinton. Let me say this nicely. There was no difference between George Bush and Daddy Bush. We haven't had a good president since Ronald freaking Reagan. They hated him probably as much as they hate Donald Trump. I think they hate Trump a little bit more because they kind of created Trump, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But here's the beautiful thing. What have we noticed over the last 4 presidents? Taxes keep going up, even though, read my lips, no new taxes. Mm-hmm. That was Daddy Bush. Okay. Clinton got bailed out because there's a little thing called the internet exploded. I don't know if you guys have heard of that thing before. Internet just blew up.
You mean the thing Al Gore, the vice president of that?
Yeah, Al Gore, the president-elect, Al Gore for 31 days. Al Gore, that's the guy who also said polar bears would be dead by now. Yeah. Florida would be underwater. We shouldn't be here, according to Al Gore.
That's true.
Because global warming. How dare you! It's a hoax.
How dare you!
Ah! Where did she come from, man? Anyways, gosh, where does she come from, man?
She's a multi-dimensional
now,
space being.
George W. Taxes went up under him too. Weird. Oh, and then Obama threw another tax in there called the Affordable Care. What is that thing called?
Care Act. Yeah.
Obamacare. Sorry, we'll just call it what it is. Obamacare.
Affordable Care Act.
Unaffordable Care Act. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Unaffordable Care Act. This is the first time in my life I've actually seen taxes go down. Thank you, Donald J. Trump. Thank you for the 4-year respite. I pray to God that you get in so that we can continue to make America great again. But I am preparing. I'm preparing for that cold winter to start happening. I'm preparing for it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. Either way. Now, in the whole turn of all 4 of those globalist presidents, I had friends die over in the Middle East for no reason. Because they kept bombing Baghdad. They kept going to the Middle East for no apparent reason. And the first time in my life, we're energy independent. Crazy.
That was impossible.
That was impossible!
And granted, there were some technological developments that happened during the Obama administration. Much to the chagrin of the Obama administration. No, he didn't. He wanted
to stop fracking, blah, blah, blah.
They wanted to stop it. But yeah, I am speaking of fracking. So, but that was impossible for America to become. I mean, unless we drilled in Alaska, which we can't do because, the reindeer.
I think it's because of the Sasquatches, bro. They're saving Bigfoot up there. That's what it is. Anyways, hit my X-Files music. I believe, man! Anyways, just kidding. But seriously, I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, my point is this. I've been accustomed to taxes going up, more of my constitutional rights going away, and more of my friends and family going to war and dying in the sand for no reason. This is the first time in my life taxes went down. Opportunity grew. And wars didn't get started under a U.S. president. But hey, allegedly, according to Google, 79 million of you voted for the latter. Well, then Dominion software gets exposed. Release the Kraken! And that will probably change. But there are very low information people out there, just like you, that want more taxes, more death, and less opportunity.
But Deep State.
What do you say?
Chimed in with
whoa. Deep State?
Yeah, the Deep State.
Where you been, bro? It's been about 4 weeks, man. Miss you, man. But yeah, go ahead. What's the deep state guy, bro?
The deep state says Biden shall only widen his lead. Let's all welcome Presidents Biden and Harris.
No. Deep state. It's President Harris and the other guy. But yeah, keep going.
And then Dusty responded, "Don't you mean just Harris?" He said, "Well, they both have president in their title."
Touche, deep state. Touche. Now, that's what I voted for. And I'm hoping, and I have a 50-50 possibility of that continuing for the next 4 years. If not, God's in control. But with that being said, there's a reason why my confidence is at 50-50. I haven't abandoned hope. I've not bent the knee. And guess what? We don't have to concede that here in Florida because it's not December 14th yet. And none of this has been certified yet. But there's 50% out there that gives me hope. And I would love to inject the sexiest man on the planet. The brains behind the actual operation. And no, Dusty, I'm not talking about you, Dusty! Yeah, I'm looking at you right here, Dusty, even though you're right there to my right, okay? Dusty! But the mad scientist. Mad Matt.
Thank you.
Drop bombs on him, bro.
Hello, everybody. So, I want to talk about all the rumors
Rumors?
going around, specifically the rumors about these software companies, these voting machine companies.
Wait, I haven't heard of this. I will only watch mainstream media. Biden is the president. The mainstream media said Biden is the president.
What is she talking about?
We called it. We called it.
No, but seriously, what are some of the rumors that you've heard?
Well, I have heard.
I mean, and there's
God,
these rumors sound pretty good. Let me tell you,
they sound great,
they make me really happy when I first hear them.
especially on the conservative side, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a low info person, it's all a wrap. It's done, and Trump's planning a coup, and you got to watch out because Trump may never leave office because he's just trying to pull some tomfoolery right now, and he just won't concede to the numbers. And the states have already called it, right? That's the low info rumors.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the low info rumors that you're getting from CNN and MSNBC. But what about on our side?
Ooh, the Roob Empire?
No,
the Roob Nation? The Roob?
The conservative social media world.
Okay, gotcha. So the Newsmaxes of the world. Never heard of it until this week. Like everybody's on the Newsmax bandwagon.
You've never heard of Newsmax?
Never
They're
heard
actually
of Newsmax.
They're actually pretty good.
From what I've seen, from what I've gathered,
Because they have.
It's
I
solid.
went looking on them for some info on any of these rumors, and they didn't even have articles on them. So
True.
that to me is like, okay, good news source.
Yeah, right. But you
Well-
got Newsmax, Verizon's taking away traffic from Fox News. A lot of people are abandoning Fox News as far as the daytime ratings are like abysmal with these guys. Tucker stayed solid, Laura Ingraham stayed solid, and Hannity. So basically, all the opinion guys that are, it is what it is, have stayed pretty relative. Hannity's going to lose his audience here in about 10 years because they're all going to die off, but sadly. But I mean, Tucker and I think what's the girl's name? Laura Ingraham.
Laura Ingraham.
She's been pretty solid, but as far as Fox News itself, not so much. They've been kind of jumping ship to Newsmax and OAN. And,
Yeah, you
a
got
lot of these
you
other
got
places.
Cavuto cutting off the press secretary in the
Neil
middle of her
Cavuto.
speech.
Neil Cavuto.
You got just all kinds of shenanigans like that.
Did you see the new video with the guy who's like, "Where are the votes going to come from? Where are the votes going to come from?" Did you see that video?
Mm-mm.
No, they had the not press secretary, but they had the Make America Great Again. One of the spokespeople, whatever, for Trump, and the guy comes out and he's like, "Listen, where are the votes going to come from?" I mean, they were talking about the march and stuff like that happened, and she was trying to explain to him, and he kept cutting her off, and she's like, "Oh, this is the third time I'm trying to look the video up." It's comical because they're trying so hard. Fox News is trying so hard to be like, Biden, just please. I mean, I'm sorry, Miss Harris, please let us into your press room. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
But it's What was the definition of being a sycophant? I think they're jumping on that really fast. But anyways, to your point,
Well,
conservative media.
Well, conservative media, like conservative social media. There's been a lot of stuff, and it centers around 3 companies.
3. Which
3
ones?
companies. Dominion.
What's that? Oh, it's gonna be
Dominion
fun.
Voting.
Yep.
All right. Smartmatic.
Okay. I haven't heard anything about Smartmatic.
You really?
Honestly, you're gonna educate me on this.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna blow me up on this.
And then the most recent one I think is Seidel. SCYTL.
I heard a little bit about that, but not a lot.
Okay, well, so Dominion it's a company out of Canada.
Yep.
They have supplied the bulk of the voting machines and software in all the states that are in contention right now.
Now, they're a company so good that the Canadian government uses them too, right?
As far as I can see, no, they don't.
No, they don't at all.
Yeah.
Which is incredibly interesting. So before he goes into the stats, I need you to understand this concept. Dominion is a Canadian software company that has been used in Venezuela.
No.
Was it Venezuela?
No.
Which was the company?
But we're going to get into that.
Okay, sorry.
See,
I thought it was Venezuela.
No, that's one of the
okay,
things going around.
We'll fix that, okay? But here's what's interesting to me. This is a Canadian software company that major countries are using to count their votes. Canada doesn't even use them. Canada's I hate, listen, I don't hate to give my Canadian brothers love. I love you Canucks out there. I love you, okay? I love your A, okay? I think A is awesome. I love all of your TV shows are awesome, okay? I love Letterkenny. I love Trailer Park Boys, okay? I love your beers, okay? I love your Molson. I love Labatt. Listen, I love Toronto. Toronto is a fun town, okay? I dig your country. I hate your politics, okay? I am not a Justin Trudeau guy. But at least you guys hand count your freaking votes! So there's none of this bull crap. We got 2 people verifying the freaking count. Back to what you just said, sorry.
Yep.
Got a little excited.
All right, so
Sorry, I got a little jacked up.
They're a Canadian voting company.
Canucks.
They're the provider for in Michigan, in I believe in Wisconsin, Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania I think rejected them.
Pennsylvania
recently, but I don't know if that. I didn't look up whether or not
but they count a different way in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, for sure. I know that they rejected them at some point, but they may have brought them back in. I'm not sure.
We'll see.
I didn't look up that.
We'll see.
My question was things like the rumors that the U.S. Army invaded or took over servers in Germany related to this company. So, no, I'm not saying that they didn't, but I'm saying that this was presented.
Yeah.
So this company called Seidel, and Seidel is like a subsidiary of Dominion, and along with Smartmatic and Smartmatic.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
They're all 3 companies.
Okay.
Are competitors.
Gotcha.
They're not subsidiaries.
They're all completely separate.
The big one is that Smartmatic is a subsidiary of Dominion.
Got it.
Smartmatic is the one that was used in Venezuela.
Gotcha.
Okay. It's actually started in Venezuela.
Gotcha.
By Venezuelan citizens.
Interesting.
But it was used by the Chavez administration for elections and blah blah blah.
That was clean. That was a clean election, right?
So now we know there's been a lot of claims being made.
Sure.
And then the companies themselves have made claims in counter.
Of course.
To the thing.
Sure.
To the claims being made.
But they just count the votes, though, right? These machines they just count the votes.
They just count the
There's
votes.
no algorithm weird stuff. They just count the votes, right?
Dominion claims that they've had no glitches whatsoever. None. Like it's on their website. No glitches whatsoever, except that we know that 6,000 votes
in Michigan,
in specifically Antrim County, Michigan, just were for Trump and then just switched to Biden somehow.
So wait a minute, the company that claims that there was no glitches, no problems whatsoever with their software, took 6,000 Trump votes and flipped them to Harris.
That was because of a failure to update. There was those systems weren't updated, and so
time on a field. Your software that needs an update.
I legit saw that in an article.
Without updating, will flip votes.
Yeah, that's what they're claiming. At least that's not what Dominion specifically said, but I saw an article where that was just, like nonchalantly thrown into the conversation.
As a guy that can code, how does that make any sense?
I'll find a person who can code and ask him. But as a tech guy, I do work in the IT field.
I thought you coded.
But
He codes.
I
Just
don't.
kidding.
I know people who do code. And,
But here's the thing: how do you make a system that just counts votes?
Yeah. It seems like that would be a fundamental aspect of your software.
Without an update, how does it just magically flip votes?
Yeah. It seems like accuracy would be a fundamental.
Hey, sorry,
part of
my oven didn't get an update, so it froze my eggs when I was cooking them instead of heating them.
Yeah.
6,000 of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Have you ever seen SNL with the caveman lawyer? Hey, listen, your ways are scary and crazy to me. I'm just a caveman lawyer. But I know that's bullcrap! Sorry, I had to keep going. Sorry about that, man. I've been watching a lot of old SNL lately. Dude, there's some good ones. There's some gold nuggets out there, but keep going.
Now, what's also interesting about the Dominion software is rejected by Texas not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Why? ¿Por qué?
Security reasons.
What? But there was no glitches.
No.
There are no problems with the Dominion software.
Well, Texas found that security didn't. The security of the Dominion software didn't come close to meeting even basic online security.
What? So it's easily hacked. It's easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Easily fraudulent. But there's no fraud. The media tells me there's no fraud. What did Deep State say?
Deep State says TRUMP is the alternate spelling of Biden. I see no issue here. Ballots must be corrected.
Oh, Deep State.
All right, so rejected by
Texas. Yeah, Texas rejects it.
3 times over security.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Okay. Then we come to Samaritan. Samaritan is not a subsidiary of Dominion. Okay. They're a rival company.
Okay.
But really, what I want to, I'll talk about them last, because the problem, they've been equated with Dominion as being this bad actor with all these ties.
Yeah.
And they are. Okay.
But so Dominion doesn't have the bad actors. Samaritan has the bad actors.
Yeah.
Okay,
and Dominion and Samaritan is not or not Samaritan. I'm channeling a person of interest.
Sure.
Smartmatic is not a subsidiary of Dominion.
Just like Locals is not a dating app. Check us out at locals.tv.
PlausibleFoolishness.locals.com.
Plausible Foolishness.
Support us.
Yeah.
And get exclusive access to the Council of 2 Kings, where you get to watch us prepare for the show and be idiots.
Listen, there was a lot of cussing in the last Council of Kings, okay? As a follower of Christ, I ask for forgiveness. Sort of, on this one. But I literally... it got a little... The newest Council of Kings is rated R. It's rated R. $5 a month, you get to see it. It's fun. Keep going. Sorry.
Okay, so...
Twitch.tv/PlausibleFoolishness.
So we're going to skip Smartmatic and get to them later because they are a bad actor.
Okay.
Except to say that Dominion... The Dominion has no relation to Smartmatic.
Okay.
Except that they did work together in 2009 to 2010.
Oh.
On the Philippine elections in 2010.
Oh.
All right.
And that went well, correct? It went smoothly? No corruption?
Well, Dominion provided the machines that were
Got it.
used. And Smartmatic provided the software.
Got it.
from what I understand.
Smash hit.
And no, there was a lot of
Fraud?
I wouldn't say fraud, but there was a lot
Irregularities
of
is the word they're using.
Irregularities.
It's like the diet version of fraud.
Yeah, there were irregularities, and there were some unhappy campers. It was not good, and Smartmatic ended up suing Dominion.
Como gastado, all my Filipino brothers and sisters.
And then
I know Tagalog, little Tagalog. Just kidding. That's the only thing I know in Tagalog. Sorry, keep going.
And then there was another lawsuit because there was another lawsuit involving somehow this company called SGO Worldwide that bought Smartmatic.
Is that the company from Step Brothers?
No, but
Boats and SGO Worldwide.
No,
sorry,
but we'll get to that later. So, I think the big one in the news right now is this Seidel.
Okay, Seidel.
Because supposedly, Dominion was funneling. They were uploading the voter data.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not specifically the data on each voter,
Okay.
but the votes that were being tabulated.
Gotcha.
To servers in Germany controlled by Seidel.
Got it.
And the U.S. Army has raided those servers.
Okay.
And they have them in their possession. And there's tons of evidence that it was a completely fixed election.
Okay.
And there's 400. If it hadn't been fixed, there would have been 410 electoral votes.
I've heard that rumor.
For Donald Trump. California would have gone red.
Which would have made me right.
Yep, which would have made, and it would have been
landslide for Trump.
Just not even a landslide. I don't even think it was
decimation.
like an asteroid level cataclysmic event for Joe Biden.
It sounds like Smaug. You're a Smaug.
Yeah.
Decimation.
And let me tell you, that sounds wonderful.
I would love that. It
sounds great.
I'd love that.
It also sounds
far-fetched.
Yeah, too good to be true. Yeah. I think that's the phrase, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so now, what is the origin of this story? First of all, it was done by a website called Great Game India. Have you ever heard of that?
Never.
Yeah, it's a journal on world politics and something or other.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, I've never heard of it.
Blue check mark.
You've never heard of it.
Never heard of it. They got a blue check mark? Is that official?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I should have looked that up. I failed you.
Sorry, it's all right.
As a not journalist.
Come on, man. Okay, gotcha.
But anyway,
that's the source.
So they're the originator of that story.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's shown up in other places like The Spectator.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is thespectator.com. Now, there is a conservative magazine in England called The Spectator.
Gotcha.
And their fonts are somewhat similar, but I can find no information on thespectator.com that says it's based in England or anything like that. But they do articles, you know?
Okay.
So I don't know what they're from.
Sure,
and
sure.
Maybe I could have gone to like whoisthat.com or something like that. And,
Who dat?
You know. But I didn't. So get over it. But they claim to have, the Spectator claims to have U.S. military sources that said, yes, that did happen. Then we got Louis Gohmert.
I wasn't believing any of this until I heard Louis Gohmert, these words come out of his mouth. When they come out of Louis Gohmert's mouth, that's when I was like 40%, Trump's going to win 60%, Biden's, they're going to just appoint Biden the president. That's when it went from 40 to, it clicked into 50-50 for me, personally. But keep going, man.
No, yeah.
When Louis Gohmert, I'm like, Louis Gohmert's not a blowhard. He's not making bull crap up. The dude's solid. But
that's always been my estimation of him, too. And so on multiple, he was on Newsmax saying it.
Yep.
And I think he said it on Fox Business.
He did say it on Fox Business.
Yeah, because that's where I heard of it first. And so he's going around saying this.
Yep.
Now, Reuters and I'm sure CNN and MSNBC and New York Times and the LA Times and Chicago Tribune,
Okay.
Miami Herald. They're all saying, this is... Even Louis Gohmert said he didn't know if it was true, and it's completely not true, because Seidel themselves have posted on their website that it's not true. And they weren't rated, and they don't have offices in Frankfurt, Germany.
Okay.
Neither do they have servers.
Okay.
And if the company said it's not true, then it's not true.
Hey man, cigarette companies say that they don't cause cancer. So
there you go.
it's true.
Smoke them up, Johnny.
You ever seen the movie Thanks for Smoking?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We have found no conclusive evidence that smoking causes cancer. Gotta be true.
So, I mean, that is basically their only evidence in rebutting this. Seidel said it's not true, so it's not true.
Yeah, here's my problem with trusting companies, and I say this as a guy who works for the man now. Did anybody pay attention to the fact that Pfizer didn't release any information about their vaccine information until 2 days after the election? They knew about it in October. They knew that this was at 90% in October, in the middle of October. Why do you think they waited till 2 days after the election?
Could it be that Trump wants to make medicines affordable for...
Yeah, because, Trump is the, how do I say this? He's the Judas Iscariot to Big Pharma. So if Biden has a hold of the vaccine, do you think it'll be cheap or expensive to get? Oh, it's a Democrat, so it'll be expensive. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. And you'll pay for a taxpayer even if you never use it. But anyways, interesting.
They want a single-payer healthcare system.
Yeah, single payer. Jack up them taxes.
Single payer. All of America.
All of America. Anyways. But it's free for everybody, but you're paying it. Anyways.
Including non-citizens.
And non-citizens, yeah. And it's terrible quality. Yay.
Woohoo!
Gotta go to Mexico for surgeries.
There's really no other country to go to. Everybody comes to us. So when we don't have it, where are we going to go? But that's a different story.
Yeah. Good luck. Death councils. I can't wait. Anyways. I thought we wore the mask to save Grandma. Grandma can't get any health care because they want her to die because they're Democrats and they kill babies. Anyways, Pfizer. That was a long rant. I'm sorry.
Are you a useful unit of production? Then here's some healthcare. Are you not a useful unit of production?
Have fun.
Get the heck out of here.
No, what's the Eskimo march when you have to when you're like 70, you have to just march into the snow. It's coming. Anyways, that's preposterous coming from the same people that kill 600,000 babies every year. Now, here's the thing. It's weird, right? Who would have thought? Liberal logic. But Pfizer waits 2 days after the election with information they had 2 weeks before.
I mean, information that might have changed people's minds on what the Trump administration was doing in the light of COVID-19.
Low info Joe that's terrified of Rona, even though he has a 99.9% chance of surviving it, even if he gets it, would see that and be like, oh, vaccine's coming. Don't need a lockdown now.
Trump wasn't lying.
It
would be ready around November.
Weird,
December.
like he said.
Huh.
And here's the thing, that Trump guy who lowered your taxes would get you that stuff for an affordable price. If you actually need a vaccine for this.
You mean like he did for
everything else?
Diabetes and
Listen, man. Listen.
Everything?
Yeah.
Listen, you can't give liberals too much common sense. It will blow their freaking minds. Now, because they expect us to pay for it. Now, here's the thing. With that being said, companies never lie.
Yeah, they never. I mean, look at like Bear Stearns.
No, they were
completely legit. They didn't lie in their quarterly meetings, which you're not allowed to lie.
You know what? You know that one company that's really wholesome? Enron. Remember those guys?
Oh gosh,
they were
super great.
They never lied about their earnings.
No, not at all. No.
Ever.
How dare you?
Predatory lenders. Everybody loves predators. They're awesome.
M. Scott. Did I say that out loud? What? Florida? Sorry. M. Scott. Anyways, yeah, I mean, the thing, companies never lie.
No.
Ever.
Never.
Ever, man.
And we
Big
definitely
tobacco.
don't make movies based on companies lying.
Listen, to
and the
this
court battles and the heroic lawyers that take him to task,
Nah.
even though they're the only ones who will do it.
Crazy.
And they're working against a team of lawyers that work for the corporations.
What's the movie Aaron Brockovich?
Yeah.
Where,
Yeah.
In that,
Yeah.
Is that what that movie is?
That's the entire movie.
Where companies lie.
Yeah. Huh.
It's strange. Insurance companies, they never lie, right? Ever! But because that company said it never happened, I believe them.
Now, to be fair.
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 To be fair. Love you, Canada.
I can't definitively find that it did happen either.
True.
So, it's thin on both sides.
It's very thin.
Except an elected member of Congress.
Gomert.
has-
Who's a straight arrow.
Yeah.
Hasn't, to my knowledge, has not lied. Now, politicians lie.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I put Gomert on like Rand Paul or like Rand Paul level. Like
Yeah.
he's never gonna win the
Rand
presidency.
Paul, Trey Gowdy.
Trey Gowdy.
When he was in office.
They're gonna call balls and strikes.
Mhm.
Okay, they'll call balls and strikes. I don't even put what's his face. Guy from Texas. What's his name?
Ted Cruz.
I don't even put Ted Cruz on that level.
I
'Cause-
would, but
Dude, he's a Bush boy. He is in the Bush camp all day long. Back in the Bush administration when we, listen, bro, I can't do it, man. Alex Jones has got me against George Bush. No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
that's
Just
fine.
love him, man. Sorry.
that's fine. But doesn't mean that every member of the administration.
They're all corrupt.
Yeah. Okay.
They're all corrupt.
Okay.
Anathema! Anathema!
Yeah.
Liberal logic. Liberal logic. Touche.
Okay. Anyway,
To be fair.
so it may or may not have happened. So what does Seidel do? So I just went in and looked up
What do they do?
what is Seidel? What does Seidel even do? Well, I'm in elections, so they actually do have a presence in America. They do election worker training.
Okay.
They do electronic ballot delivery for
Okay.
remote voters.
Okay.
Real-time online visualization of electoral results.
Mm-hmm.
Now it could just be electoral results, but it says real-time. That seems to me like it could be something that you would, I don't know, send vote counts and information into servers.
Yeah.
But just that's just me. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
saying I know the inner workings of their company.
But if a vote count goes into a server, there's no way it could ever get corrupted, right?
No.
Like if it goes in the cloud,
Yeah.
nothing could ever happen to it.
Also found I was on Reuters and I found an article dated February 6, 2015. And they were talking about how all these venture capitalists are kind of getting like these startup tech companies aren't looking to venture capitalists as much because they don't find as much flexibility in the venture capitalists, because the venture capitalist wants to be there for 4 years and then you go public and then they get their money and they're gone.
Yeah, true.
And so they've been looking to European family money.
Oh.
Rich European families.
Rothschilds, yeah. What's up?
What? Sorry?
Sorry. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay.
Bilderberg.
What?
Oh, man, I'm so sorry, man. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, so European family money, because they're in there for the long term, And so
The really long
they
term.
just park their money in there and they watch it grow. And they also mentioned
So they would have a controlling interest in the companies as well?
Yes, but their claim was that they tend to stay back and just want them to do their thing and so on and so
Like a
forth.
globalist do. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, sorry.
And the Seidel was one of the companies that they mentioned in this article as
Interesting.
Being heavily something like 40%, like 40 million, 40% of their company was European family money.
Yeah.
And then also
And
a
Europeans
capital firm called Vulcan Capital. Have you ever heard?
Vulcan. No, never heard of it.
Capital. Yeah, they invested like $40 million in Seidel. It says here, direct investment wing of Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen's personal holding company. Huh. Interesting.
I thought you said European.
Well, European family money and other sources like...
Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
Oh, big tech.
Yeah.
Big tech is wholesome. They would never
No,
censor.
totally. Yeah.
They would never lie.
We never hear
under
anything
oath.
bad about Microsoft founders.
Yeah.
At all. No,
Like-
they're great.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
No one's ever been
that was just... I just thought those were interesting side notes about Seidel. You know? Does this prove that the U.S. raided their servers in Frankfurt, Germany, and took servers, and we're finding out all this information? No. Does the company saying that they didn't prove anything? No. So stay tuned for more on that story.
Yeah, but you know, Twitter just said in front of Congress 2 days ago that they don't censor people. Let me repeat that slowly. The guys from Silicon Valley, San Francisco, those guys, told under I don't know if they they didn't get subpoenaed, but they told our senators that they don't censor people at all. They don't censor people. And this is the second time they've done this. Listen, I'm sure Jack Dorsey is just above board, right? Guy would never lie. I mean, Zuckerberg, I'm sure he would never lie about anything or fact check or publish, even though they're a platform. I'm sure they're above board when it comes to that as well. Yeah. But at some point, all I'm trying to say is this. If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, waddles like a duck, flies like a duck, swims like a duck, at some point it's reasonable to think it might be a duck. Is that crazy to think?
Well, let's see.
I mean, if it looks like irregularities, looks like fraud, is with a bunch of corrupt people, corrupt organizations, tied to European... Rothschild! Okay. Tied to Silicon Valley that censors, that has a clear agenda, and is being pushed as a complete hoax by the mainstream media that brought you Russiagate for 2.5 years. It's reasonable to think that all of those things are coinkydinks, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, totally reasonable.
I wish our audio people could see my face right now. If you're listening to us audio, I thank you so much. And if you're listening to us on twitch.tv/possiblefoolishness, head over to twitch.tv/possiblefoolishness if you're on TikTok right now. It smells fishy, man.
Yeah, it does.
Now, what gives me hope in that whole scenario, and I love your notes, by the way, you got Gohmert putting his name out there, okay? You got Giuliani. Now, Giuliani is a blowhard, okay? I will be the first to admit Giuliani is a blowhard, okay?
For sure. There was a lot in several statements that he's made that were like, that was like close to what we can prove, and then a lot that was like,
Yes.
yeah, no,
Yes.
that's not.
Here's
It's like close, but it's not actually factual.
Here's what's concerning to me, okay? The same media that brought us Russiagate, Ukrainegate, Kavanaugh was a rapist, remember that? The same media that pushed all of those things told us that 2.2 million people would die of Rona, which has never happened, by the way. Ignores the fact that...
Well, and best case scenario, 200,000, around 200,000 would die. Best case scenario.
Best case.
And sure
For
enough,
that one season.
Sure enough, 200,000 people died under the Trump administration. The best case scenario. And he's a monster for having done nothing.
While simultaneously solving flu and cancer. But, you know, never heard of that anymore. Anyways, and pneumonia. And opioid addiction. And but anyways, we won't go down that road. But this is the same media that is clamoring for the evidence to be put out there. Not because they actually want to know whether this was a fraudulent election or not. Not because they want to actually acknowledge the irregularities. Because the sooner that we as conservatives take the bait and give them what they're looking for, which is actual evidence, they can start the media machine and the spin control for the low-info Joe. For low-info Joe that's like, well, Biden's president, right? Low-info Joe that's like, well, Donald Trump's a Russian guy, right? For low-info Joe that literally is like, oh, Trump did some dirty stuff in Ukraine. Low-info Joe that literally believed that, well, Brett Kavanaugh was raping chicks left and right. Because the media said so.
Oh, yeah.
Low-info Joe that's like, this mask is working, even though the Danish study just said it's complete bollocks. Okay? English, I had to go English on that one. Bollocks. They need the bullets that are going to come at them so that they can redirect them for low-info Joe so they can spin that control. I give lots of props to Mr. Giuliani. It's Corey Lewandowski. Is that Corey Lewandowski? Who's the attorney? That's the Kraken. What's her name?
Sidney Powell.
Sidney Powell. Big props to Sidney Powell for holding this information until the last second. Now, as a prominent conservative voice out there in the internet, as the president-elects of the United States of America, according to
the two kings,
as the Dos Reyes. I think it's
of the Roob Empire.
I had to go Spanish on that one. Dos Reyes. To the kings, okay? Now, as the prominent voices that we are, I know many of you have been reaching out to me and saying, Ray, what's going on, man? Tell me what's going on. I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. Wait and see.
Yes.
Just wait and see. That is the most unsexy thing to hear in America right now. Trust me, we are fast food.
Yowie wowie!
Google, microwaves. We're all of those things. Okay? What do we got? What's up, Dusty? Sorry.
Oh, we got a sub.
Oh,
we have a-
boom, boom.
Budley Allen
Welcome, brother, to the group.
gifted 2 subs.
What?
2 subs.
Who did this guy? Thanks, bro. We appreciate you, man. And listen, if you have Google Plus, is it Google Plus? Or what is it? Amazon Plus? What is it called?
It's Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. One of those things. Eventually, I'll get it. My brain's gone, guys. Okay. If you got Amazon Prime, you actually can subscribe for free for us if you want to throw us a little scrub. That's fun. It funds the operation.
Yep.
Helps us to take over the misinformation that's out there. But back to my point. Wait and see.
Yep. Now,
Wait.
there's
and see.
even more information.
What? You got more?
Oh, I got more.
Release the Kraken!
So
Go.
first I want to take you to a 2017 Forbes article.
Whoa. Well, that's too
That's
far
image
back.
number 1.
Image 1. What do we got, bro? I'm so excited. Dusty Joe.
So he gifted 2 subs, and he subscribed himself. You're the man, Budley Allen.
Well, you're a real American. A real American.
Yes.
Under our kingdom. But keep going.
All right, you got it. All right, so it says this is an article about online voting, and this is a short paragraph, the only paragraph talking about some concerns with online voting. The problems are growing in complexity faster than the methods to keep up with them. From that perspective, looking at a system that relies on the perfectibility of computers is a really bad idea, says Stanford computer science professor David Dill, who founded the Verified Voting Foundation.
Wait, Stanford?
Stanford, yeah.
What a bunch of conservative hacks over there.
Yeah. Beyond attack, voting online challenges traditional staples of the electoral process. Online, preventing voter fraud, guaranteeing anonymity, and ensuring vote verifiability become considerably more difficult. Now let's go to image 2. This is information about Seidel from this article. You got it?
He's got it.
Founded in 2001 in Spain, Seidel organized 12 statewide implementations, and its technologies were used in another 980 U.S. jurisdictions in 28 states. During the 2016 general election, specializing in online voting and election solutions, the company's products include online voter registration services, poll worker management, and electronic ballot delivery. Its online voting services employ end-to-end encryption, vote return cords, and a bulletin board audit service. Seidel's customers include France's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the European Green Party, the Parliament of the European Union, and the Swiss canton of Freiburg. In January 2012, the company bought SOE Software. Seidel also holds more than 40 patents and patent applications. In 2008, the company became the first online voting company to receive certification from the Florida Department of State.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me nervous.
So that's a little more info on Seidel. But now we're going to switch back to Smartmatic, because we talked about them. They're crazy. They crazy. They started in Venezuela. They were involved in a decade's worth of Venezuelan.
No, wait a minute. The online
elections.
trolls tell me Venezuela is a beautiful, amazing country.
Yeah.
Why in the world would so many people in Florida be from Venezuela and magically all vote red? I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why don't they just move back to Venezuela?
I don't know.
I think Maduro is just a cuddly bear.
And Hugo Chavez was awesome.
Chavez was great too. I mean
what's his face? I Am Sam told me that.
Yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah, he's great.
Of course. What's his name? Sean Penn?
Sean Penn.
What a douche. Sorry.
You're
a douche. Sorry, keep going.
Anyway, so
douche.
They started in Venezuela. Now, a company starting in Venezuela doesn't necessarily bother me.
No.
Per se.
Venezuela was great until it went socialist.
Yeah, but Venezuela, but a company in Venezuela focused on elections that handled the elections in Venezuela. I don't know why. I really can't put my finger on it, but that kind of bothers me.
Because their election was contested. To this day, Maduro hasn't left power, even though many countries recognize who was the other guy that actually won the presidency. But Maduro never left. But yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Interesting.
Nah, weird. Strange.
Well.
Yowie wowie.
Smartmatic. So Smartmatic started in Venezuela, handled those. It also handled the elections in the Philippines, which we talked about, and coupled with Dominion on that one.
Yep.
It's kind of a botch.
Yep.
Not entirely, but
irregularities.
They're also used in America
for
vote tabulation and things like that. In other states than the ones that Dominion is running. So it's not they're being talked about because they're falsely being labeled as a subsidiary of Dominion, and they're not. But they do have a presence in America for elections, which is kind of a problem.
We're blowing up on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. You should be heading over to twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. That's where everything's happening right now. So.
Now Budley Allen has started a thing, and Dusty is he's like, you're not gonna get one over on me.
Listen.
And so he just gifted two tier 1 subs.
Quit giving us money.
This is the
Quit giving us money. Okay, we'll take your money. We'll take your money. Yeah. Let's have it over at twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. If you're on TikTok right now, you gotta head over to twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. That's where all the information is getting dropped right now. And
thank you, Dusty. You crazy.
You cray, Dusty.
Anyway.
Anywho. That's why I fit in so well.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
So, Smartmatic gets bought by this company, SGO Worldwide or something like that.
On Step Brothers, got it.
Who's the chairman of the board?
Chairman. I mean, sure,
for SGO.
Probably a Trump guy, right?
Well, actually, it's not even an American citizen.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's a guy named Mark Malik Brown.
Who's that?
Okay, well, let me just run through his resume a little bit.
Hit me with it.
He worked for the World Bank. He was the VP for external.
Wait. The World Bank.
The World Bank.
The World Bank.
Yeah. Where he was
Where
he was vice president for external affairs, which included relations with the UN.
Okay.
So
that's a stand-up organization.
Yeah. He also worked for the UN in the UN Development Program. He led the creation of the Millennium Development Goals. I haven't looked them up yet, but I plan on it.
Huh.
Maybe you should too.
Is it like Project 2030 or whatever?
I don't know.
Like basically,
but it doesn't sound good.
What world government, and you'll enjoy not having any property. You'll enjoy renting everything. You'll stay at your home. You don't like those tenants?
Have drones bring everything.
Drones bring everything to you. You don't want that. You don't. You'll own nothing. You don't want to not own everything?
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
you
Oh.
won't be able to leave the city either.
Yeah, you won't be able to leave the city.
Cool,
Can't
cool,
try.
cool.
Can't leave. That sounds great.
Cool.
Utopia. Just right around the corner.
Yeah,
man.
no, I'm
And
not
you'll be happy.
not
with
super not super interested in that.
True.
Here's something interesting.
Yeah.
While he was with the UN in the UN development program, in 2002 he offered to assist talks with Hugo Chavez and his opposition, who were attempting to recall him at the time.
Hugo Chavez.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
yeah, and so he
Great
assisted
dude.
in that denial
Oh.
of the recall. I mean, maybe they had a recall. I'm not sure if the recall ever went through, but they definitely didn't get it done. So
Because we don't do recalls unless you're
he
on
was
board, right?
a UN Deputy Secretary General.
Okay.
Okay. After he was also a minister in the UK government. He's a baron now.
Oh, Barons.
Yeah. He's a visiting fellow at the Yale Center for the Study of Globalization.
So
He wrote a book. He's an author.
Okay.
It's called The Unfinished Global Revolution. I looked that up on Amazon. It had the prologue, which was a bunch of fluff. The first chapter was about homeschooling, so that's interesting.
That it was good?
Well, I didn't get to read the first chapter. I just saw in the table of contents. The first chapter was about homeschooling.
Globalists don't like homeschooling, but yeah.
Global
So it's gonna be
revolution.
Like Ready Player One, where they just
Yes.
do everything online and virtual to escape the real world.
Yes, 100%.
Maybe.
100%.
Can you bring up image 3?
Image 3.
Yeah.
At twitch.tv/plausibleFools.
So
Twitch.tv/plausibleFools.
here we'll see that he has an association with George Soros.
What? Soros?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you said the UN, which the UN's always good.
Yeah.
You said a bunch of globalism, which is always good. So now he's with Soros? He's got to be really good now.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh, I love this guy.
So Malik Brown has been closely associated with billionaire speculator George Soros. Working for Refugees International, he was part of the Soros Advisory Committee on Bosnia in 93 and 94, formed by Soros. He has since kept cordial relations with Soros and rented an apartment owned by Soros while working in New York on UN assignments. While serving as United Nations Development Program Administrator, Malik Brown spoke beside Soros in 2002, suggesting that United Nations and Soros' Open Society Institute, as well as other organizations, work together to fund humanitarian functions. This is all off Wikipedia. In May 2007, Soros' Quantum Fund announced the appointment of Malik Brown as vice president. In September 2007, The Observer reported that he had resigned this position on becoming a government minister in the UK. Also in May 2007, Malik Brown was named vice chairman of Soros Fund Management and the Open Society Institute, two other important Soros organizations. In 2013, Malik Brown and FTI Consulting came to a legal settlement with Israeli mining billionaire Benny Steinmetz, who had sued them claiming Malik Brown had given confidential information to Soros, which led to a smear campaign against Steinmetz's mining company. The out-of-court settlement of 90,000 euros plus costs was without any determination of liability. Malik Brown is a member of the executive committee of the International Crisis Group and played a key role in its foundation in 93 and 95. In July 2014, he became co-chair of the board of trustees. Interesting.
Is there anything positive that you just read? I was trying to find one positive thing that you just read about our buddy here. Anything. Like literally anything that was just said. Because at some point I faded into, this is a globalist's, how do I say this nicely? Excitable dream. Does that make sense? Like, this is the guy you want to bring about globalism, transhumanism, and dare I say it, one world, new world order government. This is your guy.
Yeah.
And he's tied to who again?
Smartmatic. They're an election tabulation.
And he was the
company.
guy that stopped Chavez's recount because...
Well, I'm not going to say that he stopped it, but he
Okay.
he assisted in talks between Chavez and his opposition, who wanted a recall of Chavez because dictator and all that.
But dictators are good people.
Oh yeah,
Globalism
they
is
only
great.
want the best for their people.
Right?
They only want the best for their people.
Right? But these are the guys tied to our election here in America.
Yeah, specifically the electronic machines that record and tabulate our votes.
So in no way could that ever get Harry-Carry. In no way. Listen, globalists are stand-up human beings. They want nothing but a much smaller population to save the world. So, they like killing babies. I mean, they like controlling the world.
Yeah.
There's no way that could ever be bad. Right? Right?
They just want to do it for the people.
For the people.
And we give it back to you, the people.
Yeah. Mad scientist, I'm going to say something radical here. Okay, a little bit intense.
Yeah.
I think there's a fix in here.
How dare
Call
you?
me crazy. I mean, it's not substantiated by any of the mainstream media because, I mean, if it's not in the media, it can't be true, right? I think there's a fix here. And I'm going to go out publicly and say that. That's why I badly want the Kraken to be released, even though it hasn't been released yet. I don't want to be jaded in the sense that I want to believe every wild rumor out there. And I'm glad you broke it down so eloquently for the Roob Nation, the Roob Empire. But at some point, as a rational human being, you gotta start looking at the truth here, okay? The same people that told you you were gonna die because of Rona are now telling you, and have cooked the numbers for the deaths, by the way, which we've documented many times on this show. The same media that's rooting for the end of the Constitution, that's rooting for more lockdowns, that's rooting for Joe Biden with 47 years of nothingness, that's covered for the guy, the same media that told you that Russian collusion was a real thing, and it wasn't, the same media that told you that Brett Kavanaugh was a rapist, and he wasn't, the same media that told you that Donald Trump would tank our economy, and it never happened, the same media that told you that there was fraudulent things going on in Ukraine, oh, wait a minute, it was Joe Biden, not Trump. This is the same media that's telling you any of this information, and for you to question anything, you are being misled. Think about that. So, as a rational thinking person, after seeing all of this and hearing all of this, at some point, my brothers and sisters here in the Roob Nation, your kings are here to guide you to the truth. We're here to guide you to the reality. We don't know all of the truth. We will not pretend to know everything. But here's the thing. In my many years on this planet, his many years on this planet, at some point, you start seeing patterns. History repeats itself. Fools are going to be fools. Liars are going to be liars, okay? At some point, you have to call this stuff out. That's why this show exists. That's why so many of you watch us on twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. That's why so many of you hit me up every single day in the DMs. That's why we're blowing up on freaking TikTok. We're at 48,000 followers now. That's crazy. I get more. Listen, you know how I know I'm being offended? You trolls. I love you. I actually love your hate. Please continue to hate on me because
It
you
really
just.
does.
I thrive on it. It's so much fun. They get so pissed at me because the thing is this: if you're getting that upset at me for saying what I'm saying, you validated the truth that's coming out there. Trump was winning this entire election. That's why the media was in uproar. You were validating all the things that he did right. That's why so many people flipped to Trump from the other election. And once all this madness goes through and we figure out what actually happened in this election, you might see it even clearer. At some point, the hate validates the truth. Your hate validates the truth. And I appreciate all of you haters. I really do. I appreciate the haters of this show because we keep growing. We got a freaking producer in third chair. This is the third week in a row we got a producer in third chair. It's crazy. More of you keep subscribing. I don't know why. Maybe you like the freaking content. I don't know. We're blowing up faster than the universe can expand. It is insane. They will have to create new universes for us to conquer because we're going so far. Independent media is blowing up across the board. It's undeniable. More people watched a 31-year-old man boy named Steven Crowder than they watched any other media source out there during election night.
That's awesome.
Think about that.
That's amazing.
Steven Crowder beat MSNBC, CNN, and Fox News. For free. Think about that.
On the YouTubes.
And he's funded by Muggs.
Yep. Muggs and Walther.
Muggs and Walther beat all the big boys. You are sitting here listening to me right now, even you haters that I hate the strong one so much. He makes me so angry. You're watching me right now instead of whatever jack crap is on TV right now. Think about that. You're listening to the melodious, sexy tones of the mad scientist right now instead of whatever you're doing right now. That's a testament to what's happening right here on Plausible Foolishness at twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. There's a tide turning, kiddos. And everybody's like, oh, we're so scared of people going to Newsmax and all these independent media sources and all these conservative-leaning places. Yeah. At some point, if you keep calling people racist, homophobic, full of it, while you're being racist, homophobic, full of it, and lying all the time, people are eventually going to leave. Think about that in a friend situation. Imagine your friend lies to you and lies to you and lies to you and lies to you, and you catch him lying to you, and he continues to lie. He's not your friend. It's time to roll. And guess what? There's a reason why Parler is blowing up. And we're on Parler. Go check us out over there. There's a reason why Clapper is blowing up. My Clapper's blowing up right now. Crazy. Free speech.
Oh, wow.
They actually let you say what you want to say on Clapper.
This is
No.
Crazy.
You can't say anything, you know,
Well, you
insensitive.
You
right?
can't threaten people's lives, but you can say those insensitive things that TikTok won't let me say.
You can be insensitive?
Oh my gosh. You can actually cite sources from actual verified sources and not get kicked off.
What?
What?
But not sources like the New York Post.
Oh, no. Like, you
Or
know, Twitter.
Times.
Yeah. But New York Post got blocked on Twitter. We can't let you... Not going to happen on Parler. Literally, remember when I got kicked off? I got kicked off of TikTok for a week because I called out Ali al-Baghdadi, the al-Baghdadi death, from a New York Times, not New York Times.
You mean austere scholar?
The austere scholar. When I called out the New York Times for that video got blocked and I got kicked off of TikTok. I can have that video up on Clapper. Crazy. I can have my opinion out there on Parler. Well, we're just worried that you're going to become an echo chamber. Okay. If you've got the temerity to come blow up the conservatives, come on over and blow us up.
And you'll be allowed to say what you want to say.
Say whatever you want to say, and we'll say whatever we want to say. The difference is we're not going to go into platforms where
It's
we're going to
almost
get
like it's
hamstrung.
an actual public square.
Crazy. We're not going to go into places where we're actually going to get we're hamstrung every 2 seconds. That's why we're not on YouTube. That's why you never hear me say, YouTube! I don't throw on YouTube. We do this live on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness for a reason. We like Twitch. Now listen, we don't like the fact that they banned Trump for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't like it. But guess what? They haven't screwed us over. And it's weird, we keep blowing up on this platform! And YouTube blocked us all the time. They stopped our, stymied what we were trying to do. Just like they do every other conservative that's out there. Clapper's not stopping me. Parler's not stopping me. There are platforms out there that are allowing independent media to happen for a reason. But guess what? At some point, you got to walk away from the friend that lies to you all the time and hang out with the people that'll tell you the truth. We told you on this show, Russian collusion was complete bollocks. Guess what? It was. We told you to read the transcript of the Ukraine Gate. And you read it. And guess what? There was no quid pro quo. Or whatever the friggin' it's called. I can't say it. We told you that Corona was overblown hysteria, and it still is. We told you that masks were bullcrap. Remember, we talked about the fact that they literally say on warning labels that you cannot use a mask for smoke inhalation because it doesn't work. It's not effective. And smoke molecules are much bigger than the coronavirus. So for some reason, the mask doesn't work for huge molecules, but works with this guy.
California themselves
Yeah,
were
maybe
saying the masks aren't going to help you deal with the smoke from the fires that are happening in our poorly run state.
Now, logic will tell you that that wouldn't work for a virus, but now a Danish study just came out and said the exact same thing.
I mean, science told us too?
Science? What?
Logic and
Logic
science?
and science?
Well, that sounds like toxic masculinity.
We told you that on Plausible Foolishness. Toxic masculinity, right? We told you what this was going to do. We told you the day after all these, anytime something bad happens to Democrats, there's magically a shooting the next day. It happens every time. We've predicted it so many times on the show. We've been right so many times, it's insane. The only thing that I've gotten wrong on the show is California. That's the only thing I've gotten wrong. But who knows? With the Dominion software, it may be red. Who knows? But it's 50-50. We don't know.
We don't know.
But that's why we're being honest. That's why we're blowing up. And it's a shot across the bow to the CNNs of the world, which AT&T is trying to sell right now as we speak, by the way. Did you know that? AT&T is trying to sell CNN. It's lost millions of dollars because it is a horrible, horrible investment. Weird. Look it up.
And
Look it up.
they're doing the same thing with DC.
Yeah, but AT&T...
DC Comics.
Yeah, I know. They're trying to get rid of everything. Like, AT&T just bought some bad things. They bought CNN. Bad investment. They bought DirecTV. That was a bad investment. They buy all this stuff to try to be this conglomerate monster, and it. Anyways,
Well, the problem is that they're letting them run it however.
I know.
So they're not coming in and saying, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yes. Why are you spreading fake news? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, you realize that
Why are you
you're
alienating 50% of your crowd?
You're not.
Right?
Yeah, you're not making any money doing this. So
You're
stop
not making
doing
money, right? So at the end of the day, it is what it is, guys. I'm trying to point you in the right direction. But that's why you come on the show. That's why you hang out with the two kings. That's why we're energized every single week to bring this to you. Because at the end of the day, we're just starting, man. Well, listen, we're 2 years in this game. What episode is this? 138? 138. We're at episode 138. If all of the episodes were on freaking Spotify, you would just scroll for days. That's how much content we've been throwing out your way. And we're just going to get bigger and better. Because you guys keep supporting us, you guys keep pushing us, because we're your friends. We're telling you the truth, and it's getting verified every single week. So we appreciate you. We appreciate the followings on TikTok. Even you haters, I love you the most. You just give me more energy. You know what I mean?
By my mental math, in 18 weeks, we will be at 3 years worth of content.
3 years worth of content in 18 weeks. Think about that. That's insane. That's how much we're doing it for you. It's not like we're making buku cash.
And it's how much you've helped make it possible, too.
Exactly. We take all this money, invest it back into the lighting, to that green screen behind you that you don't see if you're watching us on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. Okay? We're investing it back into this program because we want to keep telling the truth. Because at some point they're going to try to regulate anything that's truthful, and we want to be that shining light that's out there. So at the end of the day, thank you for watching Plausible Foolishness. Thank you for being a part of the nation, man. What are your final thoughts, man? What do you got for the people, man? What do you have for these people to go home with, Mad Scientist?
Well, I'll just talk about what I talked about earlier, in that it took me a couple hours to find that stuff. Or at least it didn't actually take me a couple hours to find all that stuff. That's the thing.
Wait a minute, so you just Google searched and investigated, like
Yowie wowie,
and all these other things that we've debunked a million times. But yeah, keep going.
It didn't take me that long to find that stuff. What took the longest time was, man, Budley Allen back at it.
Budley, you the man.
Gifting another two subs.
Budley,
You're the man, Budley.
You the man, brother.
It's been a while since we've seen you. I remember you from back in the day.
The old days.
Yeah.
We're still here, Budley.
Yeah. Good to see you again. Welcome back to the Harris Biden won. USA, USA, USA. And then he subscribed as well.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you.
That's the corruption money.
Actually, we're
Anyway.
controlled opposition. No, I'm just kidding.
So it didn't take that long to find that information, but it did take me a long time to compile it into something that I could then relay back to people.
Dispense, yes.
You know,
So what you're saying is the truth's out there?
the truth is out there, as much as you can get of it, because, like I said, we still don't have definitive info. You know.
Sure.
But yeah, don't believe everything that you see. If it seems too good to be true, it just
Usually
might
is.
be. It just might be.
It
Usually is.
Usually is.
But also, don't give up hope. Just because some site has said that another site said that what this one site said isn't true. They're probably lying.
Yeah. Fact check the fact checkers.
Exactly.
The fact checkers
Oh,
are
did you see-
always wrong.
Did
It's
you see
hilarious.
that,
What's up?
what's her face? Candace Owens is suing Facebook
She
Facebook
should.
fact checking.
She should.
She's suing them specifically for the fact checking because what was it? I can't remember the specifics, but it was such a great point. Basically, she's suing them for defamation.
Yeah, it is. Because if you take actual truth and say that it's not true, that is defamation. You're literally defaming that information.
Mm-hmm.
What was the one guy? They called it out on like every conservative radio. You probably saw it, but he like put up 4 headlines about like election fraud, and he's like, "These are all wrong." And then it was like, "Wait a minute, all of these are right. Like every one of these stories are true." He's like, "Well, this could add to a false narrative. See, this truth could lead to a false narrative. So wait a minute, truth all of a sudden becomes lies."
This is the
Get outta here,
this
man.
is the redefinition of words now. They're redefining
1984?
words.
1984.
Yeah, 1984.
2 + 2 is 5.
You know, critical theory, whatever you want to call it, postmodernism.
I call it bullshit. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? Sorry. Christian radio show. I apologize.
How dare you?
Hit the beat button. Plausible foolishness for a reason. Sorry, keep going.
No, but yeah, don't let it get, don't give up hope, because our hope lies not in Trump winning. Our hope lies in God.
Amen.
Lies in Jesus, who called himself the way, the truth, and the life.
John
The
14:6.
truth. Huh.
The very first thing. That's what everybody misses, even my quote-unquote Christian brothers and sisters out there, followers of Christ. That is the most poignant verse in the Bible, John 14:6.
Mhm.
I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through me. The very first phrase, I am, it's a phrase for God, yes, Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
I am the way, the truth, the life, man.
Well, it's
Crazy.
why early Christians before they got to Antioch, early Christians called themselves people of the
The
way.
way. I am the way, the truth, the life.
But it's interesting. The truth. See now,
Truth!
I'm hearing amazing things like the 410 electoral votes evidence from these servers, and it's like, oh man, that's amazing.
I hope
If
it's
true,
true.
I
If
hope
true.
it's true. And then it's like, there's not a whole lot of evidence, and then I could be like, totally down in the dumps.
True.
But I kept searching for truth, and frankly, I feel great because I know more about what is true than when I started out.
Yep.
And
Truth helps.
seek after the truth, and hope will follow.
The truth's not always going to give you warm fuzzies either, guys.
No, it's not.
Because the truth of the gospel is you are a wretched sinner, just like you. Just like I am the worst of the worst. I am a scumbag. I am the worst person on the planet. There is a reason why I need Jesus every single day, and that's the truth of the freaking gospel. You gotta start there. You gotta recognize who you are, and it's not pretty. Listen, as much as everyone like, love yourself, yay! The gospel is the antithesis to that, my friends. It's the complete opposite. You are a wretched, horrible person. You're a sinner, desperately in need of a Savior. And if you do not have reconciliation before God through Jesus Christ, you're going to spend an eternity in hell, period. If you do not make that decision for Jesus, if you do not follow Christ, You're in a horrible place because there's nothing that you've done that's good. And that's the truthful statement. That doesn't make you feel good. But knowing that and following Christ, man, I feel a heck of a lot better.
Like, that's what I said.
Period.
You seek after truth,
Yep.
and hope will follow.
Amen. Testify, brother. I feel like Devon does it. Testify!
Devon! Get the tables!
It's always everything. Life is wrestling, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Everything goes back to wrestling.
Oh, man.
Everything goes back to wrestling. But anywho.
We got the cleaner coming.
Oh, praise the Lord. Now, with that being said, guys, it's been an amazing show. Dusty, thanks again for being on the producer. You're the man, the myth, the legend. We appreciate you. Everybody that subscribed.
Right hand of the kings.
Right hand. Not the left hand. Oh, no. The right hand. And we're righties out there, you bunch of lefty scum. Just kidding. We love you, lefties.
Bobby the Bull says, one Bible translation mentions, from the dominion of darkness.
It's true. It's true.
And it all comes full circle,
That's
folks.
so weird.
Full circle.
It's like they use words for a reason.
Circle, not a square or triangle, but a circle.
You seen the video where the guy's like, he does the perfect circle. The boy's like,
Yeah.
That's how this show ends because we just did a perfect circle. Thank you so much for following us, guys, at twitch.tv/plausible foolishness. If you're on TikTok, you got to head over there and subscribe. That's where the real show is. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Thank you so much for your subscribes. Everybody that helped out a lot. You guys are the best, and you guys fire us up every single week to do what we do, and we'd love to do it more often. Keep helping us out, keep subscribing, and we'll get that accomplished. And listen, I'm excited for the future of the show. My final thought is very simple. A Biden-Harris administration is way better for our brand than a Trump administration. Let me repeat that slowly. A Biden-Harris administration will only make us stronger. We are like Saiyans. We just get in more and more fights, and we just get stronger. You take us to the brink of death, we come back tenfold strong. And that is what we've always been about. So please, either way, we win. Either way, if Trump wins, he's powering up. He's powering up. Super mad scientist. Now, here's the thing.
Did my hair grow back?
Oh, yes. No, it didn't.
Oh, it didn't.
It didn't. If Trump wins, I get 4 more years of prosperity, 4 more years of peace where we're not bombing places, and 4 more years of less taxes. If I get Joe Biden and Harris, or really Harris, I've got content for days. If you like Plausible Foolishness, the mad scientist, the strong one, Dusty before, we will only get stronger. It's been an amazing night. 2 Kings, we out.
Peace.
Bye. See ya!